Hey, it's Greg from Switchback, and by now I hope you've seen the Sin City Slugfest episode where we were fighting in the Scorpios bounty. If you haven't, huge spoiler warning, I'm going to talk about stuff and show damage, so watch that now. It should be streaming on Discovery Plus by the time you see this. So after being knocked out in the main episode against Huge, we weren't sure whether we were going to be in bounties or not, and we were fortunate to be selected to compete in that Scorpios tournament. And so the first fight we got matched up against Lucky. We felt that that was a pretty good matchup for us because not having kinetic energy, and they're a very large robot, which gives us a lot of spaces to hit them and target them. We thought it was a pretty favorable matchup. We were still dealing with some of the drivetrain problems that you might have seen in the Huge fight and some of our other fights through the season. That was our biggest problem. We were kind of fighting the entire season, but we felt pretty confident going into the Lucky fight. In talking to the guys from Lucky before the tournament, we knew that they were a little bit confused about where to put armor, whether it was be on the top or the sides or the back. And so that was kind of the opportunity, was we were able to hit them right on the back corner of their robot where they didn't have armor, and collapsed their drivetrain, which ultimately gave us the KO in that fight. So huge kudos. It was really fun to fight Lucky and get our second win for our rookie season. Our next stage in that tournament, we got to fight Blacksmith. Al Kindle is an amazing driver, an amazing personality. We knew that this was going to be probably the toughest battle that we had the entire season. It's not to say that any of the other robots we fought were easy, but in terms of knowing that we had a little bit of a drive issue and the potential for another overhead hit from a really powerful weapon, we thought this one might not go our way, and as it turns out, it didn't. So our strategy going into this fight was to basically armor up the top surface of the robot for overhead shots and mainly try to keep him in front of us, which I totally failed at doing as a driver. And as you can see, we took quite a bit of damage from Blacksmith. Him being able to get us into the corner, I basically had no really controlled motion once he was really on me. And you can see these really, really deep gashes. And I think he hit us 2 or 3 times. One of the first ones that he hit us on, you can see that there's a sprocket missing on our other arm. He took this out, so we lost control of being able to go over the top. So once he pinned us up into the wall, we couldn't come back over the top and do any damage, and he just kept taking slice shots at us. These are pretty tough. This one is the one that actually I think was the end of the match for us. This hole goes clear into our battery compartment. So we were amazed after taking this thing apart and pulling the batteries out that we had not had a catastrophic battery fire, because our entire battery box had collapsed. We had a couple puffy batteries, but nothing caught on fire. We definitely got those batteries confiscated from us during safety, but this was it. So you can see really hard hitting damage. He caught us right on the weld, there's a weld seam that goes down here, and that's where it collapsed. Most people didn't know prior to actually this fight and maybe the Huge fight that these thick armor chunks were actually aluminum on Switchback this year. Going back to our decisions about where to put weight and how to remove weight, we had to do some things like, make some things aluminum, and we painted everything the same color orange so that you really couldn't tell what was steel, what was aluminum, and beyond. So some big gashes out of the aluminum side supports, and then he got hits on places that no one else was able to hit. So ultimately that concluded our season, but we were pretty happy to end our first Battlebots debut at 2-3. Is really not a bad record for a rookie. Obviously we weren't the most successful rookie this season, but we did enough of a course that we hope the Battlebot selection committee will have us back, because we're ready to fight again in season 7. So we'll have a whole new Switchback, an entirely new design, and our team is working on that now. So thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to check out and follow our social media. It's at Switchback on TV, pretty much everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, and then our website. As we go into the summer, we'll have more time for more content. We'll be posting more content about the new Switchback and the building process for that. And then if you have any requests or questions specifically about the design, or maybe want to see some more damage, leave a comment down below and we'll happily answer anything you want to know. So with that, see ya.